this is Alexa, the first camera of the new Arri camera system. This is a prototype. The camera will come out, will be entirely presented at the NAB 2010, so there is still some work, finishing work to do. This is the first functioning prototype we're going to present today. This new electronic viewfinder, we have, compared to the T21, a very compact and lightweight design. The weight of the camera is 5.8 kilogram, so it's almost as light, I would say, as a 16mm camera. Arri still believes that an optical viewfinder is just the best thing you can do for a camera, but it comes with a certain number of disadvantages, mainly weight and cost. A new developed sensor, which is called the LF3, which has an amazing latitude of 13 stops and basic sensitivity of 800 ASA. The basic philosophy of Arri's conception of a camera is to have it really simple. That means that we have a couple of buttons which have one single function. One button, one function, marked on the button, it never changes. So the red one is the rec button, obviously. So we got user buttons, we got a ramp button, a grab button, which is grabbing a still frame onto an SD card, which is integrated in the camera body for grading and LUT creations. Then on the other side of the camera, we have a main screen of the camera. You have on the main page the values you're most susceptible to change. It's frames per second, audio, shutter angle, sensitivity, lookup table, and white balance.
Good. And I see there's a record button on that side as well.
Of course. On the left side, a couple of buttons which have the same principle as the buttons on the other side, meaning you've got one function per button. If you go in the menu, we may find sometimes different functions on those buttons. But it's still a very, very simple philosophy. The menu is working like an iPod menu, which everybody knows how to handle, and most of the buttons have all the time the same function. On the output side, we have two SDI rec outs, which are working on the new 3G SDI standard. That means that we can feed a 444 signal via a single link SDI output. We've got a monitor output, and we got an input for synchronization.
Is it 12 volts or 24 volts? Or?
It can be 12 or 24.
If we wanted raw output?
On the smallest camera model, which is this one, the first one that will come out in the month of June, the raw possibilities are only going via the video interfaces, which we call the Arri T-Link. It's just a small solution to map a raw signal into the HD SDI standard. So this is going through the video interfaces, so going out through the two HD SDI outputs. The middle model and the high class model of the series will have the possibility to record raw on board with another interface than the video. We have a regular PL mount, that's the same philosophy already on the D21.
Accessories are the same as on a 35?
Exactly the same as on a 35mm camera. So follow focus, matte boxes, and as we said already, the lenses are exactly the same. You have the same overscan as you're used to from an optical viewfinder, meaning you would be able to detect the boom or some backlight or whatever before it hits the frame. So the sensor size is a 3.5K sensor. The 0.5 is for the overscan basically, so which leads us to a 3K sensor. The sensor has a double way of treating the signal. It's not going to be the same treatment, electronic treatment, for the lowlights as for the highlights. New things on this camera are mainly the more compact design, also with the electronic viewfinder, which obviously is lighter, but also the rest of the body is like lighter and more ergonomic. We've got the shoulder arc integrated in the body of the camera, which makes it easier to take it handheld even without shoulder sets. And the second innovation is obviously the sensor, which is in terms of latitude as well as in terms of basic sensitivity a huge progress. We are now at 800 ASA, we said, and we're somewhere at one stop more of latitude as the D21, which already had about 12 stops.